You want to help the men and women who serve our country in the military and fight for your freedoms. It's top of mind as tomorrow is Veterans Day.
And many Americans feel compelled to donate to veterans groups like the VFW. But KXAN investigator Brian Collister discovered veterans never receive most of that money.
Robert and Shannon, we've done something that's never been done before. We've uncovered records showing Texans have donated more than $130 million to veterans charities since 2001. But the leaders of those veterans groups chose to use professional fundraisers that kept the majority of it, 84% of the money you gave to help needy vets.
Every day is a struggle in the game, just hustle and grind, trying to maintain. I wrote the song Hold On after I got in the car accident because it was just I felt really lonely and isolated.
A car accident in 2006 grounded former Marine Nikki Boudreau's dream of being a military pilot and fighting for her country.
That was pretty devastating, and it took me to a really dark place.
That dark place included falling behind on her bills, but Nikki got financial help from the Texas VFW Foundation, $2,500.
And I was basically on the verge of homelessness. I couldn't have been more thankful to have them come in at a time in my life that was so crucial. You know, it was like do or die.
Money the VFW of Texas uses to help needy vets comes from you through your generous donations. Much of it raised over the phone by several professional fundraisers, most by a firm called the Heritage Company. State records uncovered by KXAN, in addition to numbers provided by the VFW of Texas, show they solicited more than $5 million in donations since 2002. The professional fundraisers kept 80%, pocketing more than $4 million.
I feel like shame on the companies that are approaching the VFW with that sort of business plan opportunity.
Ken Berger with Charity Navigator says the most efficient nonprofits spend no more than 15% of their budget on fundraising.
Well, it looks to us like a very inefficient organization where a tremendous amount of money is going to expenses other than helping the veterans.
This is Roy Grona. He runs the VFW of Texas. Grona initially agreed to explain on camera why the VFW chooses to hire fundraisers that keep the majority of the money you give. But the VFW's lawyer later canceled that interview. Mr. Grona, sir. Brian Collister with KXAN. How are you, sir?
Can't talk to you,
so we tried to get answers by reaching him outside of the group's Austin headquarters. First, I want to thank you for your service to your country and for everything that the VFW does. But I'm here on behalf of all the people that donate money to your organization, the bulk of which, as you know, goes to professional fundraisers. Will you please sit down and talk to us about why so much of the money goes to professional fundraisers?
No, sir, I won't. Yeah, I refer you to my lawyer. She's handling all that.
Well, what would be the legal issue with you talking about how people donate money?
She's just advised me not to talk to you about it.
As you know, 80% of what your telemarketer raises goes to the telemarketer.
That is incorrect.
Well, we've done the math. We'd just like to sit down and actually talk to you about it.
That's all right.
We don't mean to be disrespectful. We know you've done great work with the organization.
That's
we would
fine.
just like to explain to people how the money is spent. Would you make time to sit down with us? Along with Grona, we reached out to other VFW leaders, even called the National VFW in Washington, but no one was willing to answer questions about fundraising. Instead, the Texas VFW's lawyer sent us this letter saying, quote, "Unfortunately, donations do not always come in without fundraising efforts by the Texas VFW and its local posts. Fundraising, whether through direct mail or telephone solicitation, through bingo events, or through the VFW's Support a Veteran sweepstakes, costs money."
We recommend that people never give to an organization through a telemarketer because so much of your money is going to a for-profit rather than to the mission and the cause it's supposed to go to.
Living in the city of the MIA.
A cause helping veterans like Nikki.
I would say that they're just doing it out of a necessity to just keep the organization afloat, you know? I wouldn't say that, you know, they're, you know, trying to sweep some dirt under the rug or anything. I think that they just want the money so that they can pay it forward and whatever they've got to do to get it.
Now, we did reach out to the VFW's fundraisers, but no one called us back. Watchdog groups like Charity Navigator recommend you hang up if you get a call from a professional fundraiser. Instead, send the group a check so it will keep 100% of your money. Shannon?
So, Brian, I'm wondering why the leaders of VFW choose these companies that keep so much of the donations.
Well, the argument is that it costs money to make money. Now, the bigger debate is how much should it cost to raise those funds and should it be disclosed to donors? Now, the VFW has said that they would love to find something better than an 80-20 split.
Now, what did the fundraisers say about their profit on these donations?
So far, nothing. No comment.
All right, Brian, thank you very much. We have listed every veterans fundraiser and how much of your donation they keep on our website. Just search for this story in the investigative section of KXAN.com so you can see for yourself.